Hey friends, welcome back to Play for Fun, the channel where I play games for fun and share them with you. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a floating island in the water and build a city on it. Sounds cool, right? Well, before we get started, please do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps me out and motivates me to make more videos for you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Alright, let's get into the game and see what we can do. As you can see, I have a map here that has a lot of water and some land. I start by locating the center of the island by drawing some temporary roads. It doesn't have to be exactly in the middle. I just want to mark where I want to begin building. I draw a 4 square around the central point, which becomes my initial design. Then I adjust the whole island according to this initial pattern. And I will definitely not forget creativity, and whenever an idea pops into my head, I can deviate from this initial design and change my plan. Plans are made to be broken, right? Well, this is the part where I told you that we might go off the script. I'm feeling adventurous today, so let's see what happens. I want to draw the final layer so that the final design looks like 2 nested squares and a star. I think it's more appealing this way, and the design will be unique and catchy. And finally, I will draw a wide road around the design, which will be the edge of the island. Then I will start to dig around the island, and then the original design will reveal itself. And I agree, it is already beautiful. Okay, now that the main shape of the city has been determined, I'm going to get rid of the road that I used to mark the city boundaries and replace it with a seawall. It's much more aesthetically pleasing and it makes the city edges look sharper. When the city is finished, I'm going to add some roads along the sea wall with a sidewalk for pedestrians. This will be a great way for the citizens to enjoy the scenery and express themselves. They can also use this road to get to other parts of the city. It will look like a beautiful park that goes around the whole city. It's time to make this island more connected to the rest of the world by building some harbors and cargo harbors on the sea route. This will allow me to import and export goods and services, and also attract more tourists and visitors. In the future, I'm planning to build a small airport as well. This city is an island with no connected roads, so the only ways to reach it are by sea and air. I hope you're not afraid of flying or sailing, because those are your only options. Before I start building anything on the island, I want to make sure the streets are up to date. I'm going to upgrade them based on the public transportation system that I have in mind for later. I want to make it easy and convenient for my citizens to get around the island without using cars. I'm thinking of using buses and trams. Before I start working on the residential areas, I want to set aside this part of the city for a small industrial zone. It's right next to the 2 cargo harbors that I built earlier. This way, I can easily transport goods and materials to and from the island. I also want to use ocean thermal energy as the electricity source for my city. It's a renewable energy that uses the temperature difference between the warm surface water and the cold deep water of the ocean to generate power. It's a clean and sustainable way to run my city, And it also helps the environment by reducing greenhouse gas emissions and improving marine ecosystems. I'm going to build a fire station and a police station with a helicopter and a small prison in this area, just in case there's an emergency. I don't want any fires or crimes to ruin my city. Then I'm going to work on the water supply and the water piping system. I want to make sure my citizens have clean and safe water to drink and use. Now it's time to work on the first residential area of the city. I'm going to use the same method that I used for the industrial zone. I'm going to make the smaller and inner streets for residential areas, and the bigger and busier streets for industrial and office areas. I want to create a balance between living and working spaces in my city. I'm also going to add the necessary services such as schools, high schools, health services, fire and police stations. I want to make sure my citizens have access to education, health care, and safety. I'm going to build these services near the residential areas. To make the residential areas more livable, I will add some cozy parks for the residents to enjoy. I will also make sure that each part has proper electrical and plumbing systems before I finish the housing blocks on all 4 sides. I don't want to rush things, so I will pause the game until everything is ready and completed. Then I will resume the game and watch the buildings rise up like magic. I want to make my city more diverse and dynamic, so I'm going to build some skyscrapers and high-rise apartments by hand. I'm following the same method as before, but with more variety and style. As I move closer to the center of the island, the buildings get taller and more modern. Can't wait to see how they will look when they are finished. Wow, this island is really transforming into a city. I'm impressed by the progress. Next, I want to make sure that the citizens have enough job opportunities. So, I'm going to add some office areas. These areas will be very important for this city, because I don't plan to build more industrial areas and the citizens need jobs. Now, I want to build the most impressive skyscraper in the city right in the center of the island. This will be the crown jewel of my city, the symbol of its greatness and glory. I will also build some other towers around the central building. They will be shorter than the main skyscraper, but they will have unique designs and features. They will add more diversity and beauty to the city. In the future, when the city is complete, these buildings will help me achieve the final vision that I have in mind for this city. I have a clear picture of how I want this city to look like. Next, I will follow the same method as before and add different areas in this central part. I will mix residential, commercial, and office zones to create a lively and diverse urban environment. I will also add some services and amenities to make the citizens happy and comfortable. Education and recreation are very important for this city, so I need to plan ahead and find the best locations for the university and the bigger parks. Since this city has limited space, I can't afford to waste any land. For my university, I have a great idea. I will build 2 campuses on 2 sides of the island. I also want to build some awesome stadiums inside and next to the university areas. They will host various sports events and attract fans from all over the world. Next to this stadium, I will build a large zoo with various animals and attractions. I want to make this city more accessible and connected, so I will build a small airport on the opposite side of the first university campus. It will be next to the second university campus that I'm going to build. This way, people can travel by air to and from the city. I will also start working on the second university of the city next to the airport. It will be a modern and innovative campus that will complement the first one. I want to make this city a center of education and research. Since space is very precious in this city, I will use every inch of it wisely. I will build a small museum park next to the airport and the second university. It will be a cultural and historical attraction that will enrich the city. I think this is the best possible use of space for this city. Do you agree? Wow, friends, look at the difference that some tree planting can make. The city has become so much more beautiful and appealing with the greenery. I think it's amazing. I want to make sure that the city is running smoothly and safely, so I will check the services of the city and make some improvements. First, I will build some fire helicopters to deal with any fire emergencies. I will also increase the number of cemeteries in the city to handle the dead. Next, I will tackle the most important thing that I have neglected so far, which is public transportation. After this, there will be hardly any major work left, and the island city will be completed gradually. I'm so proud of what I have achieved so far, and I can't wait to see the final result. For the final touch, I want to add some unique buildings around the city. They will make the city look more stunning from afar and increase the happiness level of the citizens. After that, I want to finish the city parks and take care of all the red areas that are far from the park. Okay friends, thank you so much for watching this video. I had a blast building this city and I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to channel if you haven't already. I have more amazing time lapses of the city that you can check out. See you in the next video and take care.